Hi everybody, happy Monday. I wanted to come on here and do a really quick video. Well, it's not going to be really quick, but let's hope that it is. I created this super cute little, this is nothing new, guys. So many of us have all made these super cute little flag banner type things, right? Well, I'm here to show you how to build these flowers that are from honeybee. And we're gonna make this whole project together, and this is for Frank Garcia's studio, so he sells the dye to make these, and also the stamp I'm gonna show you. So you will see that I added a couple layers of and put them on 3mm foam. I use this really beautiful trim from Hobby Lobby, and like I said, this is honeybee the dyes, and this dye right here is this one right here, and this is an easy one, guys. This does not have a ton of layers. It's really super easy. So it's 20 bucks, and here's your layers, and it shows you the guide on how to do it, which is amazing. And these are the lovely layers Wildflowers. Okay, super easy. I mean, honestly, this is the only layer. There's no extra layers. The only one that has more layers is probably this one right here. And I'm going to show you and you build it, and you can choose not to add the glitter on here because I did use 4 different colors, and you'll see that's right here, so you can leave them natural. I liked it with the glitter. And this is just the Martha Stewart butterfly punch for those of you that have it. This is an old school punch that I love. And then I just added one of Bona's beautiful flare buttons. It's her 1-inch flares, and I will have Bona's Instagram below because that's where she takes her flare button orders at. You can just DM her, and because I will be using another one of her flare buttons on the next one we do together. And then Frank's, you will see this. Now on the back, I decided to go ahead and create an envelope, and I already have it built, so we will put it together. And I just added layers. These are like my scraps from when I do hearts, and I do a bunch of them. I just have like a scrap of a bunch of hearts. I don't know if you guys have your fallouts. There you go. I'm stumbling over my own words. And I keep them, look at that. Even the smaller ones. These are fallouts from insides of cards. So those are always perfect to keep just for this reason. And then I went ahead and I used a Velcro dot, and I did not seal it. So I only kept this in here loosely because this right here, you can fit a gift card. So I thought that would be kind of cool. And I thought this was cute. If you don't like it, I call dibs. Love it. So I went ahead and just laid that in there. If you want to leave a little note plus a gift card or any type of something that's flat, you can do that. So I thought that's fun. I always like to add envelopes on stuff if I can. And then this is just an applique butterfly that I've had for forever that I probably got from, I don't remember, maybe Allie, probably from Allie. But like I said, from years ago. And then these pink clips, those were purchased from Joann's, I think Joann's online, but this was from a couple years ago. So you can always check for the extra large clips, but we're gonna do this together. So let's go ahead and dive in. And here, let's move. And this is the stamp set, guys. If you wanted to get, I liked the little sentiments right here. You better not return this, you're pretty expensive. Here's the one I used. I used this one on the second one. I promise this doesn't suck. That was the one I used on that one. Probably the best gift ever. Sorry, it's not a pony. You're put on your happy face. I almost kept this. I say that a lot of the times. I hope you love it. Handmade with love. And then I used the hearts as well. So this was from Frank. I will have the link to this below as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. And I already pre-did some stuff, guys, because I didn't want to take this forever. So I already went ahead and I distressed all of the edges. And I lost my Tim Holtz one, which I'm really bummed about because I really loved that little one. It's like a little wheel, but I did have this one right here. And this one works like a charm. So that's what I use to distress the edges. Or if y'all just want to get old school and you're like, I don't need that type of tool. Well, you don't need it. All you do is you get your scissors and you just do this along the edges, guys. And it, same effect. So, okay, so I already did these two. And now let's go ahead and start with the, first of all, the measurement of this. Okay, so I cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Okay, and this one right here measures 11 inches by 3 3/4, okay? Then you just score at 5.5. Yeah, score at 5.5. Okay. The reason why I did it at 3 3/4 here, because that's the only way it was going to fit on here perfectly without, you know, making the ends right here fold up. Okay. So again, it's 11 inches by 3 3/4, and then you score at 4. Okay. The layering pieces that I'm putting on here, the biggest layer is going to be 3.5 by 4 1/4. Actually, yeah, it's by 4 1/4. I went over a little bit by 4. Actually, you know what, guys? I distressed it, so it shrunk down. Okay, so this is 3.5 by 4.5. And then you just distress the edges. Or you can even use your nail. I've done that like way back in the day when I didn't have a lot of tools. I would just use my nail. Okay, so that's layer number 1. And then the top layer is 3 1/4 by 4. Okay. And then anytime I adhere foam, guys, to the bottom of these, I tend to always go in like about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I don't like it to be right to the edge, because a lot of the times it just kind of like peeks through, and you don't want your foam to peek through. So, and this is what I use. I love my Nuvo. It's a very amazing adhesive. I think I didn't turn it upside down when I should have. I have like 4 more bottles on standby because I cannot go without this stuff, because that's crazy. All right, so I just go ahead and I layer that in there. And when I did the dots, I did those the night before so they could dry. And also too, if you don't want to add these little dots, which are the liquid pearls in white opal, I get that from Frank. And you could use just gems. Just add some of your gems, or if you have like the ones from Hobby Lobby that are the strips where you could just strip and you can just do a whole strip of gems. I love those. I like to have those in my stash as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this one. And you're gonna see how easy it is to build these flowers. These are super duper easy. But do I say that on all the videos, guys? Everything's easy. Well, what makes it easy is that, you know, they give you the instructions. They didn't do that before of how to do your layers. And I think probably a lot of people were just like, you know, I don't understand how to do the layers. And some of the layers, you know, you can pretty much figure out how they go on, but then there's some of them you're like, oh my gosh, it's like putting a puzzle together. So it's really awesome that they did that, so I was really happy about that. Okay, so keep that there, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a little fishtail at the bottom. And when I do the fishtails on these guys, it's an absolute guesstimate, and I literally just guess, okay, does that look like it's about in the middle? And then I just go in a little bit. I don't want my fishtail to be too tall. And that's how I do it. I cut it from the middle first. Because if you try to really freehand it, unless you're amazing, because I'm not, then, and you can just do it without doing the one in the middle, then hats off to you. But I sure can't. Okay, so here is the fishtail. Let me see if I can clean that up a smidge. That's better. That was bothering me. Okay, so clear that off. Then we're gonna go ahead and slide it into the clip. And this is just using the regular 65-pound weight cardstock, guys. So you don't have to, what do you call it? You don't have to use heavyweight if you don't want to. I just use, because I'm layering so much on top of it that I don't need to have it heavy. Now, if I wasn't going to add a lot of things on it and make it something that was very simple, then yes, I would just go ahead and use a heavier weight cardstock. Okay. And right there, just so that when I close it. Okay. So let's get the clip in there. Okay. And fold those down. Alright. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and add the layers, which is going to be this one first. So, I'm working remote today. And I'm doing this on a very quick break because I wanted to get this out during daylight. You know, it just looks, the quality of the video looks better, but I do add a filter to brighten it so that you can really see the details of things. Okay, so we're gonna get that there. Let's go ahead and keep this right here so you can see it. I haven't made these in a long time, guys. I really, really do love making these. These are so fun. I normally go real chunky, but I had to pump my brakes and calm down. Everything doesn't have to be 15 feet in the air. In my mind, it does. And because I really wanted to showcase the dies. And if I start adding and layering too many things, you're not going to see the flowers. So. And there's a lot of girls that don't like all the extra, and that's okay. I get it. I'm a fan of both styles. It just depends on what I'm feeling, but my primary go-to, guys, is chunky. If you guys have followed me, you already know that that's my go-to. Okay, so now we have that. Now let's go ahead and build these flowers. I wanted to give this time to add a stick. So we have this flower is the first one, okay? I cut this out in just regular cardstock. The Michaels, 65-pound weight. And you would want, I would suggest you use a 65-pound weight. For this one right here, you can use a heavyweight for your base. But if you're gonna layer them and put them on something, then yeah, guys, it doesn't really matter, because it's going on something else, so you doesn't, you know, as far as how it, the durability, you're good. So you'll see right here, this goes on pretty easy. Okay. So that one's right there, easy peasy. Then you have this little center piece right here. Scooch this down a smidge. Okay. And then just add a little bit. And the tweezers come in handy for stuff like this, guys. Super in handy. Okay. And then we'll push that down. And then we're gonna grab this little tiny, you know what, a lot of the times I don't do this. Like, I don't grab these little pieces. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am not, because I'm gonna lose it. But it looks so good when you add the little tiny pieces. So I'm like, oh my gosh, let me just take the time. Be careful. Don't lose it. And I literally dropped this whole thing right before I did this video. And I was like, really, Anna? And I was so worried about losing this piece and the little tiny one up there. Okay. There you go. And there it is, guys. That's the one flower. That's it. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this one right here. These ones are super easy peasy. And the cool thing about these little bells is they all are the same, all three. So they all do not have like different sizes or anything like that. They all fit. Doesn't matter which goes on which. And I loved that. Okay, let's grab another one. I really loved playing with these. My granddaughter, actually, my oldest granddaughter, she is all about crafting. And guys, can I just tell you how pumped I am about that? So she'll come in here and she's like, Grandma, can we do the dies? Can we cut those paper flowers? And these right here, and this was the first one that she grabbed to get, was to do these. And she did so good. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a crafter in the making. So she tested these before I did. And I was like, okay, now, if my 7-year-old granddaughter can do it, you guys can do it too. You can totally do it. And oops, let's fix it. So that's what I love about liquid glue, is it gives you a little bit of time to layer them. Okay, and then we're gonna get this last one that's like the little bud. And this one right here, you do have to place on a certain kind of way. And if you look, you just gotta look like for right here, there's like a little ridge right there, right? So you're gonna look off for that little ridge on their piece, and you're gonna know you need to match it up. It's just like putting a puzzle together. Okay. And there, and now that one's done. Now we're gonna put this one together. I don't know the different names of these flowers. I feel like is that Lily of the Valley? These right? No, not Lily. No, those are called something else. Something Bell something. I don't know. I know one of you ladies will know. I'm not an expert at flowers and the names. I just love them. Okay. This one's pretty self-explanatory. And this covers the whole thing, so you can't mess up there. And the next one will be a little tricky, so I'm going to show you. And I used all different layers, you know, like when you buy the packs from Michael's of the paper, and they're just different shades. That's what I did with these. That's how I did all the colors. I couldn't put this together without that. Okay, so this right here, you would think, oh, there's a notch right here, so it goes like this. It doesn't. It doesn't go there. Just know, you see how this is all blank right here and how you have the lines out here? That tells you that something goes on top of that, okay? So you're actually gonna turn it around, and you're gonna match these to the top. Oops, there you go. So it looks like this, okay? So you see like right here, it's blank and open. There's no lines. That tells you something goes on that. Okay, so I like that they did that they considered that, because that helps to know that you wouldn't cover anything that has the little scores, I guess you would say, and you know that this one would go right here. Okay, and that's super pretty. And then you get to the smaller ones, and this one right here can be a little tricky as well. But again, you see it's blank here. There's no little lines, okay? So this right here, you can tell it doesn't match, okay? So you do it this way, and you see it matches like a puzzle piece, okay? It locks right in there, and that is how you know it fits. It should be flush to the last piece that you just put on, okay? And then we have this little micro mini piece right here that is just a dot. This one, I don't care how it goes on there. I'm sure it goes on a certain way, but we're not gonna worry about that because honestly, nobody is gonna know. And I just put that one in the middle. Okay. And every little piece makes it perfect. So it's like you don't really want to miss a piece. Okay, so you see guys, easy peasy. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we did the 3 flowers. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add the lace. And this right here is Hobby Lobby. Actually, you know, we're gonna stick this on with this right here. And when I do lace like this that's intricate, I always look for the thicker pieces that are like right here to add adhesive, so that it doesn't seep through as much. And if I was using hot glue, I would do the same. I would just put it on the thicker pieces that you can hide it through, because you see how everything is so very, like, has a lot of holes in it. I tend not to do too much in the middle, because as long as the outsides, and once you start layering stuff, you're good. See, and I even use my Nuvo to put this on as well. But you can use the 3-in-1 beacon, your Fabri-Tac, but the Fabri-Tac comes out really thick. But I think you guys, there's some girls that master it. I haven't mastered it. It just comes out very thick for me. Okay, so you have that in the middle. All right, and then, all right, let's go ahead and, all right, let's put this right here. This one right here, I put up on a foam dot. So I or not a foam, I just cut a piece of foam, my leftover foam. And just put some of this on here, put it back here, and let that set off to the side and dry. All right, and then, actually let's cover this so it doesn't dry out. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and just build this envelope real quick because I turned on my hot glue late. All right, so this envelope that I used right here is a 6x6. All right, I used the 6x6. So right here, you'll see it's a 6x6 paper, and your card size, it will be a 3.5 by 3.5. That doesn't look right because this isn't 3.5 by 3.5. Yeah, no, that's not right. I did a 6x6 cut. Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry guys. It's this 6x6 paper. It'll make a 3x4 envelope, and you scored it at 2 5/8. So if you have this punch, you already know how to do the scores. So again, it's a 6x6 and it makes a 3x4 envelope. Okay, so, and I also too, I went ahead, I already added the tape. I read and I rounded all the edges. Okay. And I don't have I just use my hand to score those. And then this right here. All right. And then here is the insert that goes inside of it that I love. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off, I used Frank Garcia's tape. I love his double-sided tape. This is his 1/4 inch. All right, so let's flip this over. And then we're just going to aim this in the middle. We're going to eyeball it. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and squish this on. You kind of want to add this on before you start adding all the stuff here, because then when you do this, it's just, you're just going to mess up your stuff. Okay, so we did that. That's added there. Now we can go ahead and add on your Velcro pieces. I like to go ahead and squish them now. And then we are going to this here. Take this off. And then we're going to put this here. Make sure it's on there real snug like a bug. And then we're going to add this little dot, or not dot, this heart. And put this here. I shouldn't have put it too far to the edge because some of it hangs over. Okay, so you see I'm going to line it to where I cover this whole thing right here. Okay. Make sure it's straight. All right, now we're going to get this other cute little heart. So you can use any layering hearts, but like I said, guys, when you know, when we get like fallouts from certain dies, whether they be stars or circles, I always keep those because you end up needing them for something else, and it saves you the time to redo it. Okay, so we have this part done already. All right, and then let's go ahead and add on, I had another white butterfly that had, and I used a jump ring. Oh, did I do this the other way? I did. So we're going to add it to this side then. Okay. And then we have this right here. This I got from Bona as well. And this was one of her kits, so it came with this. And then I just adhered that in the middle. So we're going to just slide that on. And how pretty is that? Love it. Love it. Okay. And then we are going to go ahead and, this is just some regular eyelash trim, guys. I just get it and I kind of like shoved it underneath. And that's the cool thing too about when I add that a 1/4 inch from the foam is so, you know, it's perfect because if you need to tuck something under or whatever it is, you have the space to do that. Okay, oops. Still had sticky stuff on here. And then what I do is once I get it in there, because I know you guys are thinking that is not going to stay unless you add, geez Louise, it keeps sticking, adhesive, which you are right, it will not. Okay, I use some more of the, I wouldn't suggest using hot glue unless you're really good at not getting it to gunk on the sides. So what I do is I just get some of this right here. I lift it up a little bit underneath and I squeeze. And then I just go in the middle, get that nozzle in underneath a little bit and I squeeze. And I kind of keep doing that, but I gotta make sure I hold it because these little pieces that hang out, it'll yank everything out, and I've done that 150 times. Chaps my butt when I do that. Okay. And then I just let it sit under there. Because now it'll dry. Okay. All right, so we have that part. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this over, and we're gonna add the flowers. So what I did is I let it hang over a little bit. I didn't try to fit it all in. I like it when it hangs over a little. Okay, and then this one right here, I had it hang over a little bit as well. And I kind of have them staggered so they're not all like this, all equal up top. I kind of have it staggering right here to the side. And then this one right here, I had it in the middle like this. Okay, is how I did that. All right, so now my glue gun is ready to go. And then I just stick a little bit in the back. You do not need to add a bunch to get everything to stay. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this one. We're gonna do that one last. And then I just kind of stick it on the insides because I know that some of these little bells are gonna hang off somewhere and I don't remember which one, so. All right, so there we go. So you don't need to worry about putting adhesive down here, okay? Now we're gonna stick it here. Now, because I haven't done these little, these leaves, I will go ahead and add a little bit of hot glue to the back. Okay, just to one. I don't need to do all of them because that's the one that's hanging on the edge, and I know I'm gonna add one right here. I just stick it in the part that's the thicker part. Okay. All right, and then what I do is I cut off these little pieces. All right. Okay. Alrighty. And then what I do for the edge, the little ends, because you know they're gonna lift up, is I just use, this is when I use my liquid adhesive. And I'll just put a smidge of it, and I just hold that part down so that it'll stick. And these right here, yeah, so right there, these are pretty snug down already, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. This one was not. Okay, so we have those, and then we're going to stick on these butterflies. I already pre-added the cute little pearls. Oh, I added too much on that one. Okay. There we go. And then we're gonna add another one right here. I always like to buy the the little packs of pearls from Michaels, because I use these tiny ones more than anything. Okay. And I just sporadically add them. There's no rhyme or reason with how I do it. You put it where you want. You'll see I didn't have that on the other one. Okay, and then I'll just add this here. Oops. And then we're gonna add another one. Sucks I'm right-handed. I hold with the left and I have to put it back on the right. Oh gosh. And then I'll put this right here. Okay, and I think I had one more with a pearl. I actually like a lot of butterflies, guys. You don't have to do as many as I just did right now, but okay. And I'll just stick you right there. Okay, so there's all the butterflies. Okay, so now you see that you can leave it this way and it looks very pretty. Okay, now if you want to go up a notch and add the glitter, you can totally do that. I'm not going to do that now because I just want you to see the difference and what you prefer it to look like, but I will end up glittering them off of camera. So I just really wanted to give you an idea of how it would look with both and how you would choose to do it. So you see back here, how fun is that? And it's just super pretty. So I hope that you guys are inspired and that you do not be intimidated by these honeybee dies when you see them, because they're not hard. You literally can layer all of the inside pieces in one shot and come back out. So it's very easy to use. But that's it. I will have the links below to the dies. I will have the links below to Bona's Instagram for those beautiful flare buttons if you want to place an order with her, and the stamps. All right, so have an amazing and super blessed Monday, guys, and I will see you later. Bye.